Alright, so yeah, we're back in the game. Um, yep, this is my first military aircraft, if I can recall correctly. Yeah. So that's nice. And while I go with my Asian team, I've picked a very representative one. So hope it really actually fits well. This is the Royal Thai Air Force C-130 Hercules. Who doesn't know, the C-130 is a very versatile transport aircraft operated by a majority of by about 80 to 90% of air forces around the world. Its successor J variant is also used a lot. You've seen people, a lot of countries actually use it here and there. Just not even just the J. And there's so many variants of it you can't even comprehend. That's how many there is. You've got so many ranging from EC-130s to AC-130s to MC-130s. There's different variants for different missions, and most of these different variants are for US specials. But yeah, so this is the basic H variant, the best seller for the standard C-130 series, which is the H. Right, and then from there, the arts have actually all purchased it, for troop transport purposes. Then, yeah. So this one is in the Royal Thai Air Force livery with, obviously, with the 30th anniversary. I know it's a bit old, 1980 to 2010. The model, I think, if I was correct, was before, I think it was about 2018, something about that. So yeah, just nice my dealer has some extras that actually looks in good condition, so I got them. So this, you've got your typical Gemini Max sort of sheet metal background. You've got a clip art, Royal Thai Air Force, its emblem, Gemini Jets, Gemini Max, which is the military version. Then your backstory. I'm not gonna go really in depth into it. I'm just gonna let you pause the video and see it together with the specifications. You can pause it now if you want. And yeah, then we've obviously got some things that they don't hold true to the original Gemini Jets, which is all these, like, highly collectible and superior quality, and as real as it gets. Doesn't really work out that well for the typical Gemini Jets, but I think that the Gemini Jets military version, Gemini Max, the only reason it works is because they are the only ones doing it. Rarely do you see C-130s made by NG or JC, It's always Gemini, If you want the old ones, you can go to Dragon, but they are essentially bankrupt. So yeah, this one is in the 30th anniversary. I forgot which squadron was this, because yeah, registration is 69108, 60108. It shows the Eagle, and the 30th anniversary is from 1980 to 2010. I'm planning to get on the J variants. I'm planning to get more military, definitely. Um, I'm just clearing up my standard commercial airliner pre-orders first. Yeah, so I'm also looking to get the likes of the C-130H or from the Japan Air Self Defense Force. Better not say that wrongly. And then you've also, I want to get the C5M, Lockheed B1 Lancers, A400s, and from the different countries. And then the P8 Poseidon will come from the RAF. Yeah. Although I don't like the Gemini Jet 737 more. They are the only ones that produce good P8 Poseidons. I'm the only one with the Royal Air Force, Royal Australia Air Force. I'm also planning to get the Indian Navy one once it does come out, but for now it isn't. So yeah, you've got the reason I open it top is because we have only one simple cover on plastic sheet on the top. So yeah, I'm also getting to plan get like a ton of A400s, blah blah blah. So I think one recommendation for Gemini Jets is also to have more military. I think they're missing out on a ton. They are missing out on the Qatari C-17 Qatari livery, and they're also missing out on the, I'm just gonna take this out, Kuwait C-17. They're also missing out on the special RAAF C-113, the special 100-year centenary livery. There's like so many things they missed out on. And they haven't even done a Singapore Air Force one. They haven't done Malaysian Air Force A400. There's a ton of things they miss out. If you ask me, yes, I'm well versed in both military and commercial. So yeah, Gemini Jets, if you need someone who can help you with which model of C-130s or C-5s you need to produce, what military models are you lacking, you can come find me. So we're just gonna place this on our standard apron mat, although there's really nowhere we can put it. So we're just gonna put it on the A321 side. So you can see it's actually rather small. It's most of my planes are actually bigger than this, other than my ATRs and my AIJs, but it's surprisingly smaller than my knife. So you can see how small it is. We can obviously go into detail. This looks a bit similar to the normal. It looks a bit similar to your Dragon Wings one, but obviously it has slight differences. Obviously you've got detailed gear, your nose with your windows, moving on with the Royal Thai Air Force in both English and Thai, your engines with the A56 if I'm correct, your Thai Royal Thai Air Force emblem, you've got your 2 cargo doors, and then there's this red slit here, which if you do not know was actually a prop clearing. So technically if I place this in a parallel line, this will lead to the red line. So this is where people would not want to stand, because if the engines are running within that red line stretching down to the engine, you know, you're gonna get potentially a butchering by the propeller. Then obviously you've got your special tail and your typical elevator, and you know, yeah, so you can see it's a very simple aircraft, you know. The special tail is what I want to focus on. You can see that the registration is 60108. We've got the Thai flag banner here with the eagle here. An eagle is kind of sacred in the Thai Buddhism, and a lot and many other symbolisms in Thailand. Actually, they also have a deity, if I'm correct, called the Garuda. So yeah, and I think that's an eagle, if I'm correct, one of those Javan eagles. Yeah, that's where you see Garuda Indonesia come from. Garuda is actually one of these Hindu slash Buddhist deities or gods, you know, and it actually represents an Asian eagle. Although I don't know which one it is. Yeah. Yeah, but that's where Garuda Indonesia gets its name from, the Garuda eagle sort of thing. It's in Indonesian and Thai mythology a lot. Although mostly nowadays in Indonesia, the Garuda is more for Balinese Hinduism. You know, you see that more in Bali than anywhere else, because that's where Indonesia's center of Hinduism is. Yeah. Although in the past it was, you know, before Muslim traders from, you know, the Arab states, you know, came over, you know, in the 1700s. But yeah, so the eagle, it's 30 years, 1980 to 2010. It's really a relatively young squadron, to be honest. I mean, if it's the aircraft, I would still say it's fine, but if it was a squadron, which I think it is. Yeah. So anyways, moving on, we move on to our underside. We've got to be really careful because of the props. I think we can balance it around that. So you can see we have the gears and our cargo door, the Gemini Max logo, and your stand hole. The door doesn't open, sadly. I wished it could. And you obviously have your typical C-130 gear with a sort of plate, you know, instead of a door that opens out, it pushes out, you know. So obviously move on to the props now. The props are perfectly fine. They are a all metal one, if you can focus. Yeah, so you can see they spin. Although they have the occasional Gemini Mac error of the props being, you know, able to fall out. You can see it spins, right? For some, they are a bit too loose, they can actually fall out. And again, they're a bit too brittle, you know, they're a bit like the ATR ones. You know, they're a bit too brittle to my liking, you know. To be honest, if you ask me, Gemini Jets should really again improve on making these blades thicker, so that, you know, it won't fall out. Something to the consistency of the JC Wings ATR standard. But overall, the 4 props is nice. You know, you've got your A56s, which look really, really beautiful. If I can get a clear shot, you can see all the intake is there, the detail, the engine markings. It's a very beautiful aircraft. If you ask me, overall I'll give it a 6 out of 10, if not for the flaws. But to be honest, the Eagle itself is already very nice. So since we have time, I'm going to give a heads up of you know, what's the upcoming future plan looking like. So definitely I'm going to collect a bit more larger aircraft in the form of A380s and 747s. I'm also going to be focused more on NG and models and JC Wings, because they have the better modes most of the time, Gemini jets will be for military. I'm also going to be focusing on military a bit more. I'm going to collect a few VIP aircraft. AV4 is also on the list. And then my future video plans are also to include a free flight fund at SADC, Singapore Air Defence Command, which is a Robloxian group focused on flying Singapore Air Force aircraft, both young and old. That means retired and non-retired ones. So yeah, we can look forward to that. We can also look forward to ourselves pulling some high G's in those, and looking forward to Changi Flying Club, which is a club I'm working on. I'm going to feature a tour of the hangar that I have. We're gonna build the buildings very soon. And if you don't know, I'm head of CFC. For all these, I'll leave the links in the videos when they come. But if not, we can get into our montage, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
I want you out in the pouring rain. I want you down on your knees, praying to God that I feel the same. I'm right here, baby, so please